Hello everybody, welcome back to Aussie StarCraft. Today, in addition to all the great StarCraft games that we've casted, we thought we'd bring you a little bit of a Let's Play series from one of the other popular games of the year. This game, of course, is CIV5, playing the Brave New World expansion. Now, I love turn-based strategy as much as I love real-time strategy, so big StarCraft fan, but also a big Civilization fan, having played them all the way back to, well, I think as early as Civ 1 and 2 and some of the Alpha Centauri games. So, big fan of turn-based strategy, and thought we'd give you a bit of a preview look at the Brave New World expansion. It's been out for a little while now, but I know a lot of players there haven't had the chance to pick it up and play it, so thought we'd play that. We're going to play as Poland, one of the new races in Brave New World. Their special ability is Solidarity, which gives you a free new social policy when you advance to the next era. We're going to be playing on a Pangaea map, which is just a single large landmass with 6 players and 12 city-states on it. The map size, yeah, it's small, ought to be about the right mix. We'll have player difficulty level King. I'm not one of those crazy people that can play on Immortal just yet. Playing a standard map pace, and yeah, I should be ready to go. So we'll kick off the game. As you can see, Kazmir, Poland's famous for its cavalry, so in the era that we have those winged hussars, we'll probably look to be doing a fair bit of military expansion. Playing it blind, we're not going to be saving, loading, doing that sort of cheesiness, so yeah, we'll see how we go, and hopefully showcase a little bit of the Civ5 series and some of the interesting things that we have available in the Brave New World expansion. So may as well found our city here. We could pick to move to the coast, though I think our second city on the coast should be more than enough, so found it here on the start with a bit of wine nearby. Always good for a bit of refreshment. Set our guys on expand. And production wise, now also it's likely that we'll play quite a military sort of view with these guys, though they do have quite a bit of cultural benefit, so we'll likely try to lean towards military with the culture as well, and like to go for the monument just for the fast expansion. So let's use a research project. Now if we open the tech tree, now military tends to be progressed down this construction route. There are quite a lot of beneficial options in this top route. Often the Great Library or Stonehenge are very pivotal to early game strategy. Though Granary will give us a nice edge on our town growth. So a bit hard to decide. I think we might to make use of this wine, we will need calendar, and it's going to be the same for that incense. So I think that's going to decide it for us. We will go for calendar first, and then progress down a military route from there. So off we go. Next turn, we'll clip through the turns pretty quickly. I'm not one of those people that stands there and analyses every possible thing. And calendar's going to be a good option. There's going to be incense everywhere to trade. I'm not one of those people that likes to take 5,000 years to analyse everything. Just play it from the gut, strategizing as we go along. We'll move up towards that, discover those for a bit of a gold bonus. And we've met Jerusalem. Woohoo! And they give us some faith, so a little bit of a faith bonus. Obviously a religious civilization. Now if you're not familiar, quite a lot's been added to the game with the successive Gods and Kings and Brave New World expansion. We've met Bratislava as well, so a bit more gold from that. Now these expansions have added quite a lot in a religious sense and in a cultural sense to the game. Now being able to win a cultural victory by spreading tourism to other races, and also religion playing quite a heavy impact. You can ignore them completely, of course, but they do provide various bonuses for your civilization. So always good to integrate them where possible. Looks like we'll find our first player momentarily. Still finishing up that monument. If we move up here, we'll of course encounter the Shoshon. So these guys are very expansionist. They get quite a large area bonus. See what they've got. They don't have a whole lot to trade with. Once we get some of that incense, we'll probably try and hook up a trade deal with them, trade off the excess for a bit of extra moolah. And we'll try and explore down and away from the Shoshon so that we can get any benefits from. They've got a lot of pathfinders out, so we may not get any ruins, which is a bit unfortunate. Normally you'd pick up a ruin or two. Some barbarians there. We may clear those out in a little bit for some gold. Choose our next production. I think we're gonna want to scout, I would say. So we'll drop a scout, make sure we have good awareness of what's going on, and shortly we'll pick up some workers as well. So quite a few resources over in this section, but we're going to have a city-state in the way. We'll probably send our scout up and to the right, see what's available over there in the way of a second town. Still a couple of turns away from calendar. We'll have to choose our cultural policy in a turn or two, which I'm still trying to toss up whether we'll go straight for the military or whether we'll pick. I'm a big fan of the expansionist policies, like tradition's good for production, but I quite like liberty, the free settler and the free worker, massively productive. So yeah, I think we'll go liberty, and then later on we'll grab honour for the military benefits. So this way we don't have to spend 10 or 15 turns building a worker. We'll grab it automatically in about 5. Oh, found a ruins. It's a nice little bonus. Oh no! Yeah, we've got nothing to say to you, Nebuchadnezzar. Oh, we're going to just nick the ruins before him. Hoo-hoo, timing. Yep. So we've got some advanced weapons. You'll see our guys are now spearmen. I think he's already picked up one set of those, so nice little bonus to get that one. We're going to send our scouts up this way, try and find a good spot to settle our next town in. I think we'll grab a granary at the moment as well. He's going to give us 1 gold a turn for an embassy. Why not? It's always good to have free money. It does give him a bit of vision of where we are, but it's not like he can mount a massive attack or anything. We'll continue to skip forward, expanding up and through these mountains. See if we can find a good spot. Someone's founded their first religious pantheon, the first step sort of towards an organised religion. So that'll be giving them a few little benefits here and there. When you're playing as Mayans or one of the other very religious civilizations, you generally tend to get your pantheon founded quite quickly. You know, and you'd grab something like Stonehenge, but we're not massively interested in Stonehenge this game. Not having a whole lot of goals on religion. I think we're going to be very sort of conquest driven with Warsaw and Poland in general. Now that we've got calendar, we're going to. I think we'll head down towards masonry and bronze working. Get that iron revealed for our more powerful units. So we'll also want to get horses as soon as we can. Ooh, pick up a second ruin. Not bad, if I say so myself. Now, next turn we'll get our second policy, which will give us our work. Oh, we found Lake Victoria, and we got 20 faith. So nice little freebie there. We might actually. What benefit does that give us? Gave us massive amount of food, 6 food. So I think, guys, we're going to settle our second town up here. There's still a lot of incense up here, but we might settle it on the river here. That'd be a great position to. If we can get rid of some of these barbarians. Great position to make use of massive food bonus. That town will just grow like nothing else, and be a nice little production centre. So I think we want to move our way across here because we'll need these guys to secure this area. Oh, we can adopt a pantheon. Interesting. Now, if there's one that buffs on incense, we might use that. Yeah, +1 culture, +1 faith for each wine or incense. That's going to come in pretty useful, I think. And we do have a lot of incense near these towns where we want to settle. So we'll likely get a third town up here somewhere, make use of the other incense. Or tossing up between the incense and the +1 production for 3+ towns. Yeah, no, I don't really want to go down the religion track this game, so we'll take God of Craftsmen. That'll give us a bit of a buff in our main town, and we'll get a free worker. So we can put the workers to use, harvest the incense, give us a bit more money. And now we've found a barbarian encampment, so we're going to have to work a bit to clean that out. After mining, we'll grab the research that reveals horses, so we can also pick somewhere that'll allow us to get some cavalry. Bit of silver up here. It's a bit of a hostile area for a second town. Oh yep, we'll take some more money. It's always good to get a bit of money. I like to use it where I can to purchase settlers, so you don't have to pay the time cost, as well as the fact that your town doesn't grow while you're building settlers. So most literate people, we're down the bottom. Apparently we're not very technologically superior, but that's pretty standard when you're facing off against Babylon. They get pretty good science bonuses. Just watch what happens once this granary kicks in. Our town will be growing substantially. Alright, mining's finished now. We've met Singapore, mercantile nation. We can get some resources out of them if we're friendly. Haven't yet decided how we're going to play this out with our city-state neighbours. Sometimes I like to conquer them, sometimes they're quite beneficial to trade with and establish good relations. We'll decide that as we go. Jerusalem might be... no, they're religious. Very likely that we'll kill Jerusalem. Like everybody else in history, really. Okay, so we're getting 8 happiness a turn, which is going to progress us quickly towards our golden age. But rather than get the incense just yet, we might produce some mines and things. Work towards increasing our production. We'll knock out a few buildings quite quickly. Yeah, put a mine up there. Go massive production. As we learnt from StarCraft, more barracks is better than 2 barracks are better than 1, 3 barracks are better than 2. So the more production, the better. Ooh, we'll knock out another warrior. We'll probably need it to take on all of these barbarians. We found another town. Just scouting around. Quite a lot of city-states near us, really. None of our enemies too close. Of course, they don't know they're our enemies yet, but I'm going to tell you, we won't be playing this out too peacefully. What about you guys? Let us know in the comments down below. What's your favourite civilization? I'm going to tell you, Poland's not my favourite. I do enjoy a lot of other races more than Poland. I've finished these maps with pretty much every race, so there's still a few I haven't played, but played a vast majority of them. And I really enjoy playing as the Mayans. I find them to be quite fun and flexible. I had a fun game where I played as Brazil in the Brave New World expansion, won the sort of tourism victory. That was a very interesting sort of play style, very different to anything I'd done before. I've played as Siam and done the one city victory. That was pretty different and fun as well. There are a lot of different options you can sort of go with. I like to mix it up a bit, play as a lot of different races rather than try and, get the ultimate strategy for a single faction. I think that versatility really helps you as a player in Civilization, whereas in something like StarCraft, where you want to be practicing your main race over and over and over again, making sure that you're at the top of your game for them. In something like Civilization, there's so many factions, so many variables, that I think just generally mixing it up does help you a good deal with your fundamentals, helping you understand what other races can do, what their benefits are, and which parts of the game they excel at. It's not a 3-race game, there's something like 30 races, so you want to be able to have a bit more flexibility. Seeing as we're going to play it out militarily, I think a barrack's a good choice. It's going to allow us to knock out more experienced units, and of course we'll take animal husbandry so we know where the horses are. We'll hopefully have that in time to decide our second base, and be able to harvest some horses there and be able to produce the cavalry when the time comes. So Warsaw continuing to grow, it's up to 4 population now, so it gives us 4 workers to allocate on the nearby tiles. Unfortunately a bit clogged up between these mountains. Going to keep scouting out. We want to clear out this top area first. Oh, that was a bit of a waste. Clean out this top area first, establish our city right here. It's the money spot. Now, adopting honour is going to give us a bonus versus barbarians. So we've got 2 options here. We can take honour and get a massive bonus in combat against the barbarians, or we can work down towards getting a free settler here in the Liberty path. Now, I think we might actually go for the Liberty one, mainly because it gives us a bit more production and gives us a free settler, so our towns will keep growing, and we can build a 3rd settler to massively boost our town count. So we'll expand quite quickly and then sort of sit on 3 or 4 towns. We don't want to be too big too quickly, as Civilization, for those of you that aren't familiar, has a great system in place for sort of regulating growth. As you expand, it creates unhappiness in your empire, and it can place quite a good deal of strain on you. Your towns don't grow as quickly when they're unhappy, and things like your towns sort of become less effective the more you have. You can choose to have towns that you take over annexed, where you take full control of them, or you can choose for them to be sort of a puppet city, and that way it's sort of on AI autopilot, but you don't cop as much penalties for having number of cities in your empire. So if we look up at civilizations, there's unhappiness generated by population and by number of cities. So by having a lot of cities with high population, which is the position we're going to end up in when we settle this place, and it starts rocking up the population count, we'll be in big trouble. So we want to settle this. It's even got our horses there and more horses here, so we're well positioned to be Polish, which is nice, always good. And what do we want to head? Let's ironworking still a bit far-fetched. Maybe some archery probably wouldn't hurt us. Help us get some more favourable engagements, be able to bombard people from 2 squares away. Spearmen gonna be able to take out these barbarians. And now we're probably about 20 turns from a free settler. So when our barracks finishes, we'll have the option to either build a settler or wait for this trigger to work its way through. Now spearmen, we probably want to position them on this side of the river and move our warriors up beside. We don't get the flanking bonus just yet, that is an honour thing. What's that? That's going to be grassland with a river, so we might take the shock one, so open terrain, we get a bit of a buff, and go to the next turn. These guys getting bombarded by St. Petersburg, so I think we have Catherine the Great up there. We'll fortify these guys here and just do a little bit of damage this turn with the warriors. It'll let us clear out this encampment quite quickly. And I think it's going to be a priority for us to settle this as quickly as we can. Catherine the Great obviously posturing in this direction, but there's no way in hell that we're going to let her have the natural wonder super growth town. So we'll set up here, and that'll give us quite a substantial portion in the middle of the map. It will make us a lot of friends. They'll want to kill us all, but that's alright. We're not going to pansy away from a fight. And these spearmen, I was going to fortify, but I'm trying to get rid of this town. It's almost dead now. That'll let us fortify and heal up a bit, and we can run our settler across. So Budapest wants sugar. Unfortunately for us, we can't really provide any. Alright, these guys, we might take the heal instantly. I don't like to do that, as it generally is inferior long term. It doesn't allow you to get the bonuses you need. Now we could take 15 damage. How much health have we got? We've got 20 hit points. We should be right. Should be able to kill this. Oh, and I just got an achievement for killing I think it's 100 sets of barbarians, or dispersing 100 camps. So gave us a bit of money, allowed us to get the spot, and we've also finished our barrack. So choosing in production, settlers 9 turns, or we can get it in about 12 turns or 15 turns from culture. I don't think we want to wait that long. We can't quite purchase it. 500 needed to purchase. So, ooh, what shall we do? I think we better produce one. 9 turns about as long as we want to wait. We are 45 turns in, simming away on one town. So you'll notice your town doesn't actually grow while you're doing that. So it's a bit unfortunate. I am working still 26 turns. We don't really need to clear any marsh. Don't have a lot to quarry nearby. Oh, is that how did that ruin survive there? Let's bring our scout across and clean that one up. We might grab a circus. It gives us quite a lot of happiness for towns that have horses nearby. That'll help us counteract all the negative happiness from population and expansion. We are going to plant these guys right here and let them heal up. Going to try and get these guys between the barbarians that are down here and our unit up here. Oh, I think he's going to find it before we do. Next turn, keep skipping. Where's he going to go? No, he saw it. Damn it. That was one turn too shy. He's going to get it. That's unfortunate. Oh, someone's lost their worker. We might try and annex that worker if we can. Can we cut down the forest, give us a bit of extra production? Little buggers. Alright, we better... Oh, there's nothing else there. I can't believe I missed that one. That was a bit of a shame. We'll try and clear out these warriors. Now, if we chop down the forest, this gives us 20 production towards the settlers, and they'll likely shave a turn off, which will be just a bit quicker settle. So it's quite convenient. We don't really need the forest there. We don't get any buffers from it. Most well-fed people, we're doing well on food. We're at the bottom. I know it doesn't look like we're doing too well, but just you wait till we settle, and I think you'll see the relative merits of what we're trying to do. Oh, if they take that settler back, I'm going to be a bit disappointed. Oh, sorry, not settler, worker. We do want to pinch him. He's going to help us cultivate all this new land that we've got. We'll move back into our territory and heal up. And we'll finish this fight here. So it'll give us a couple of options. So we've got the settler. We can choose to return it to Singapore or take it. I don't really want any influence with Singapore. We're likely to kill them later on. Let's take the settler. Saves us from having to waste a lot of time building one. And now we dispersed an extra barbarian camp. We can settle down and settle this area. So let's go and take our incense. We'll start trading these away for some money soon. and we're good to go. We've now got trapping, so we can also pick up the deer momentarily. We'll just use this to keep line of sight and move our settler up here. 5 turns we'll be settling, so turn 58. It's not lightning quick, but it's not too shabby either. But it is going to be a quality town in a decent spot. So civilization's not all about just dropping as much stuff as you can as quick as you can. Very much about you positioning it usefully and doing it in a way that is going to help you long term. It's not a 5-minute game like some rush games of StarCraft. It does have a good deal more to it than that. So we're going to gear up with some caravans, get some trade routes going. That'll help us potentially trade with these guys for some extra money. You'll notice we're actually negative at the moment, not hugely concerned. We can open some diplomacy if we wanted with Nebuchadnezzar. Let's say trade. We've got some wine. See if he'll pay us $5 a turn, and he will. That solves our economy problem. We've still got enough happiness, so we are all good. And we're still making money, so continue to explore around. Get this second turn underway. And then we're still 1800 BC, so still pretty early in history. Gonna skip through a few turns, just exploring where we can. It's going to allow our settlers to move through here nice and quickly. Oh, okay, Lady Catherine of Russia. Now, Catherine gets quite a lot of resources, so she's probably not going to be thrilled about where we're going to settle. But we don't really care. We're going to take it anyway. We've worked too hard for this region. We're going to plant our guy right here, so that no one can stop us doing that. She's not going to be thrilled with us taking this. She'll have a bit of a cry and say, "Hey, why are you settling so close to me? I thought we were friends." Well, we're not friends. It's a war game. We're going to kill you all. Oh, yep, sure. That gives them sight of their capital, and a lot of people don't like doing it, but frankly, they can come and try and take on our capital at this point, and it's going to end horribly for them. So we might actually take that square, as it's just a little bit more aggressive, and we can hopefully get a few more resources in our area of influence. All about strategic positioning. You don't have to micro or macro in. Well, you can macro, but it's not really difficult when it's a turn-based strategy game. All about positioning. You got plenty of time to prepare. So we're gonna have an explore, see if there's anything down here worth seeing. And I've come across Malacca, so more potential subjugates. Oh, should we go greedy? Third settler? Yeah, why not? Okay, 3 settlers. Now, I'd love it to be a coastal city, because there's so many potential benefits for coastal empires. And I think we're going to have to scout down and find somewhere worth settling, because the only decent area over here is right over here, and well, it's a massive war. Got to clean out some barbarians, and it's frankly just not that great an area. So we'll see if we can find a better coastal region. It's going to make Kizil a bit unhappy, but I think Kizil and Singapore are going to be our first little conquest. So Bogota up there. Oh, that's pretty bogus down here too. So, oh, we really don't want to settle that. We may just drop a third landlocked town. Unfortunately, we may have to. I think we'll conquer Kizil for our port. It's probably our best move in the absence of something more worthwhile. We'll continue to get our scout on. Oh, settlers are here. Fantastic. Now we'll. What do we want to do? We could purchase a granary. That's a bit greedy, but well, it's going to do it because it's going to give us extra food. You'll see our second settler is going to be produced in 2 days at record time, so that'll give us an extra little bit of worker to work a second batch. The first one naturally going on Lake Victoria, and this town is just going to absolutely fly. We're going to take the monument because we want to get as much of this land area nearby as possible. Want to stop Catherine from hogging all the resources. Or Polynesians. Do we want to trade anything with them? We have some incense to trade, but we're going to need that to stay happy at this point. Once we drop this third town, we're going to have a lot of friends, well, a lot of our citizens that are going to be unhappy about our growth. So Warsaw can establish a trade route. Oh, Jerusalem's probably the safest route at the moment. Oh no, Kizel will be once. Yeah, there's unlikely to be any barbarians there, so let's do that. We'll continue to walk around here. Once these guys get out of the way, we'll station our warriors down there. I'll make sure no barbarian towns spawn in the portion of the map that we can't see. Finished a caravan. We can't build any more caravans for the time being. A circus is what we'd really like to build. But for the time being, I guess we'll drop a shrine, get a little bit of faith, not a lot, but why not? Just alert our units, try and force these pathfinders to move away. So, a bit of an interesting map forming. You've really got to try and join these towns together. Kind of like Zerg, you want the creep between your bases. We want this as much of this space to be revealed as possible. Better move this worker up here so we can get the horses. No, it says recommend to build a city here, but I really don't think that's the goer. I think up here is a much better choice. Oh, it's a hard choice. Next to the lake's always good. No, let's go next to the wine and the wheat. Alright, next turn. Alright, so we're half an hour in, and as you can see, we're starting to expand. We've got 2 towns, about to have a third one down, so nice little foundation for us here. And as soon as we get this third town, we're going to really gear up for a military swing and take Kizel out. Because we can't have a war game with only, Sim City going on. We'll gear up with some archers and some spearmen and just go to town on Kizel. About the time that trade agreement wears out, we'll be ready to kick them in the face. Choose for action. We could have a circus. No, let's get some archers. Let's get our military going. We can afford a couple more units. We'll tell these guys to hold position down here and continue to move up here. And I think we'll be in a good position here. So who have we met now? Is this Babylon, is it? Must be Babylon. So Babylon just simming away in the top corner, researching away. And we can see that Krakow's already grown. It's 3 population already. It's totally gonna overtake Warsaw and be a more important city for us. But oh well, that's not an issue at all. Let's go in this square. That way we take up more of this space. Want to get as much region under your control as possible. As many of these hexes as you can. They contain resources, opportunities to improve and build your city. So really want to get as much of it under wraps as we can. Alright, city number 3, and we are unhappy. Yeah. Not quite the goal to be unhappy, but we not gonna stop the music for anybody. We'll perhaps monument. Yep, I like to go with the monuments first. So we are gonna have unhappy little Vegemites everywhere, but that's all right with us. We'll deal with the happiness issue later on. when that trade deal ends that we made earlier, we'll get 4 happiness back and we should be fine. So scouts, we'll take survivalism, that way they heal while they roam around, we can just run away from everybody. Just good to keep getting an eye on what's going on. We can see that these guys have expanded. Classic Shoshon. So I'd forgotten momentarily who the poo brown colour was. No, let's not declare war on Nebuchadnezzar just yet. We can't actually carry much of a war out. So we've got Kizel. We want that. It's quite a large town, so we've got archers now. We'll start moving them around into position. Warsaw, keep it coming, buddy. Gonna drop some spearmen. And then keep going. So actually making decent money, still 9 gold a turn. We'll keep these guys wandering around. And now we're going to be in a nice position once we have this town underway. It's going to expand quite quickly with the monument. Just put them back on alert. There's not much they can do about that ship there. We'll get a nice little look in at their capital. So they've got a 6 pop cap. We're on 5, about to go up to 6. So not a big issue there. And 13 turns for a barracks. It's a bit of an ask. May as well though. We at least no, it costs us to maintain. So pretty much everything costs us. Let's start churning out military units. Let's get more on the field, and we'll just gun our way into Kizel as aggressively as possible. So get our units up nice and quickly. Now got 2 towns producing. As Krakow gets bigger, it'll produce some money, and we'll pick up a barracks. Though we'll use the less experienced units from Krakow to just be a bit of fodder, because the cities shoot units each turn, so we'll need quite a few units to take a city. You generally need 4 or 5 units to confidently take a city. So now I've got some spearmen here. Is this rough terrain? What is it? It's a hill, so yep. We'll take the drill bonus, get a bit of a benefit fighting in hills. Also, come on, buddy. Don't stop the music. We'll get another spearman. And these workers, maybe we don't have masonry yet. Let's go get some wine to trade. That way we'll keep our benefit even. We can trade one away and keep the other. Let's see if we can slip our scouts in between here and get a bit of a scout as to what's going on in the top right. And hopefully we'll conclude today's Let's Play in Civ with a nice little conflict here as we take Kizel. It won't be much of a fight. They won't be tremendously prepared for this, but well, that's what happens in Civilization. If you're busy simming away and don't build any troops, much like StarCraft, they'll just roll over you and kill you. So Warsaw, we want to be militarily minded. Oh, classical area. So our one sec, we'll just put these to work building the plantation. You see that comes into play. We get a free social policy when the era rolls over. So we've got a couple of options here. We can take honour, but it won't initially give us a whole lot. So we might continue to finish the Liberty Tree. Once we finish the Liberty Tree, we get a free great person. So we'll do that. This will put us into a golden age for a little bit, and it'll decrease our social policy cost by 33%. So that brings that down a little bit. Starts a golden age, which gives us a bit more money. That's going to allow us to plop out a few extra units to take the fight to these guys. Now, do we reveal any iron? Oh, that's iron up there, but I think Catherine's going to get that one. Can we buy the 2 tiles? Oh yeah, we can. Oh, sneaky. We bought tiles. Yep, we need it. We need the iron. We don't want Catherine having it. She gets double the bonus, so definitely don't want her having it. Cost us $100, but money well spent. She's going to be really miffed that we did that. Generally people don't like it when you buy up the border. She now can't really expand this way. We could even potentially grab the sugar if we're really greedy. Yeah, let's be greedy. Greed's good. Let's take the sugar too. Now, we've just taken 2 resources off her. It did cost us $200, so not a cheap investment. But yeah, look at her. Oh, your purchase of land in my vicinity has caused me some alarm. So if we keep doing this, she's going to get upset. We can say our apologies, or we can just give her the finger and tell her it's none of her business. We'll pretend we're being nice to her, and hopefully that way she won't try and crush our city while we're fighting down south. And temporarily pull these spearmen so that we get an extra melee unit down here. More spearmen over here. So we've got quite a few units closing in on this. Well, next turn we should have some archers and another unit of spearmen. That should be ooh, Aztecs. They're always fairly aggressive early on. They get a lot of culture and things from killing people. Alright, so we are the least happy people in the entire world. That's a very comforting thing, I'm sure, for the citizens of my civilization. But who cares? It's time to go to war. And who doesn't want to be the most bum-kicking civilization in the world? I'd much rather be that guy. So, we're going to move down. And these guys will get offended when we move 6 units into their territory, but the sad thing for them is it won't matter because they'll be dead. Let's build some circus. These will help us undo our unhappy populace. This will give us +4 happiness, which will alleviate a considerable amount of that unhappiness. And when this finishes up, we should hopefully get a little bit more happiness as well, because I believe we've still got that resource traded away at the moment, so these guys are going to get more and more upset because they've expanded, but we're not pulling our archers back. We're in fact going to move more and more units up into their face. Alright, got about 5 minutes before I've got to head off, so we're going to step this forward and beat up Kizel. And we might put these guys on auto explore now. It's probably past the point where we need to be monitoring them. You can see Kizel's starting to get unhappy because we're roaming around their territory. Put these guys on auto explore so they'll wander around the map, progressively finding things for us. And you're gonna up the ante. We've now got a significant number of units nearby. We probably need about 2 turns to get our last couple of archers and spearmen in position. Choose research. Oh, I don't really know that we want sailing. Ooh, terracotta army. Let's do that. Terracotta army doubles the number of land units you have in play. We definitely want that. We've probably got the biggest army on the field at the moment. If we build terracotta army, we can probably slide through 2 or 3 more civilizations before we grind to a bit of a halt. So, moving these guys forward. I just want to see just how far they can reach. Oh, they're going to need to be a bit closer. Because that's a hill. Okay, so we'll move these guys around this way. Hopefully be able to position these well enough. Now we'll throw out granary in lods. It's producing quite slowly at the moment, but that's alright. We'll deal with that in due course. Move our spearmen around, move our archers down, because the bonus to archers is they fire and don't take any damage. So you really need archers or siege units to sort of take these towns effectively. We are going to... Oh, yeah, Kizel's very unhappy. They're pretty much about to go to war with us, but it's time, so we're going to declare war. We're going to steal their worker. Yep, very nice and peaceful of us. And we'll shoot their city up a little bit. The city has a defensive strength, and so you can see this green bar as that drops. We'll progressively take control. Like we'll progressively move closer to taking over the city. It is going to be quite a costly little endeavour as we sort of hit all our units into it. You notice them taking massive damage, but we really need to wear these guys down as quickly as they can. They will recover every turn, so if you're not doing this and grinding them down, well, then they'll you'll lose a lot more units than you should. We could do pyramids to get some free workers, but we don't really need it, so we'll keep cranking out the spearmen. We probably won't take much of a gap from military production until that terracotta army becomes an option. Then we'll most definitely go for that. Oh no, the Polynesians just finished it. We probably paid a bit of a price for going for some of those other tech choices first, so that's a bit unfortunate. But we know the Polynesians obviously have a decent military as well, so we'll cover. Let's get a bit of defense against range attacks. Maybe fortify these guys for a turn, and get our extra spearmen down in here, and move our worker back up. Okay, those guys will heal a bit now. Now they won't at least die in one shot. NC did just a little bit of damage, and they'll heal most of that. So let's fire away with our archers. So we are doing a bit of damage with these. Now, we may Kazelle might be just well enough defended that this might be a very costly engagement for us, unfortunately, because we're going to have to really wear them down. We'll take meritocracy, mainly because that gives us a free great person, and we are very much going to need our great general over here. So go great general. Okay, come on, buddy. We need you, and we need you now. We need the bonus that he's going to give us. So unfortunately, the fact that we can't surround this town because of this hill, it's in quite a nice little defensive spot. Probably should have done a bit better research on that before we engaged. But oh well, you are what you eat, and we're going to eat Kazelle. So going to pull those guys back, hopefully heal them up, and crack our. Let's get some more spearmen on the way. Not purchase, produce. Ooh, spearmen. All right. So just playing this blind. Normally would have engaged that a little bit better, but unfortunately can't take anything back now. Not going to be saving and loading. If we lose another unit, we may be forced to pull back. We'll drop another spearman or two, and we'll come forward with the great general and smash it. So yeah, I don't know how many more times we want to hit it with these guys and lose out. So let's pull back until our great general rocks up. That is giving our units a bit of a buff. They get some experience every time they fire. So we'll pull back and heal up. Get a spearman or two, and go one more spearman. There we go. So once these units heal up with the general, we'll go at it one more time. We should be able to mop up this town, and it's a 6-pop town. It's as big as the Polynesian capital, so taking it will give us access to a bit of resources, and it's also going to position us well along the coast. So get these units to heal up. They heal quicker in your own territory, hence the reason I'm pulling them all the way back. Get these guys to keep simming up this town. Get our units ready to engage. Oh no! Oh, the stupid scout just forced our general back. I probably should have looked before clicking. Yeah, we'll take an embassy, more money. We're a little bit negative as the amount of units we have on the field, but this will pay off. Now we're going to pause our units there. That forces them away. Unfortunately, we can't embark and go into the water just yet, so we'll cut down the forest. That'll help speed our spearmen up. And he's going to give us 7 gold for our wine, and we'll take that quite happily, because we can't really afford to be that negative at the moment. We do have plenty of happiness, plenty of wine to go around, so we mainly mainly need to take this town. We've committed quite heavily to it, and we want to force these scouts to bugger off so we can get through. The units are healing up nicely, almost ready to go. I have another unit of spearmen as well, and a unit coming down from the top, so we should have more than enough to roll over this, and a great example of why underestimating your opponent can cost you 10 turns. So not that we're really behind at this point. We have as many towns as anyone else, and our towns are going to be growing considerably quicker. Both our towns are 6 and 5 pop, so we're not really particularly worried about anyone. We'll grab the watermill because that gives us a bit more production. Pretty much want any production we can get because we want to be dropping some of these bigger wonders. We might grab mathematics, see if we can pick up the hanging gardens for an even more ridiculous food bonus. Okay, we could upgrade to composite bowman. We might do that. We're starting to run out of money, but oh well. Such is life. We can always disband some stuff if need be. We have quite a lot of workers as well. We probably don't need all the workers that we have. Let's move these guys down, ready to flood back in. Get as much stuff as we can in position. Workers, they can chop down a forest. We'll heal these guys up just the last bit. Tell them to rest there. Now we've got our great general. We can very likely push through now. With the amount of units we've got, should be relatively straightforward. And more spearmen able to come down and reinforce it at will. So, as you can see, it's not as straightforward as StarCraft in the respect that you can't just mass marines and smash someone's expansion. You got to sort of position very carefully. Well, I guess StarCraft's got a lot of positioning in it as well, but you have to position really carefully. You got to engage the right angles. Terrain, much like StarCraft, can be your undoing. You have that hill that pretty much single-handedly foiled our initial advances. So we'll have these guys. We want to be able to get the composite bowman in range. So we'll probably sacrifice these guys as fodder first next turn. Oh, unfortunately, still can't. Oh, want to be very careful with that general. He's pretty expensive, but probably still isn't close enough. Okay, we'll grab those horses because once we improve the horses, we can build a lot of other useful things like the circus. And as soon as we get our cavalry units, we should be rolling over these silly buggers. Luckily they're targeting these guys, which is what we want. We want them to soak up all the damage. They were fortified. We're going to throw them at the town. I know it's a bit reckless. They're going to die horribly. That's alright. Oh, I can't quite get them out of the way. I would have probably preferred them to die and get out of the road. Oh, nice, the archers can reach from there. So that's a little bit of a bonus. Range take. Now we have 21 damage. These guys should do quite a bit more than they were previously. We should start working down the town a lot quicker than we were. So you can see in one turn we've got it down to half, which is more what we're after than that last attack, which sort of went off at half mast. So, plenty of reinforcements on the way. A turn or two, and we should have Gazelle, and that'll wind up session 1 in our Learn to Play CIV5. Give you a bit of an idea for different early game strategies. A lot of people sim right past the early game. They sort of don't do a whole lot until the game calendar turns AD. But I'm not that sort of player. It is fun to do that from time to time, but I like to, get heavily invested in the game, expand pretty rapidly, not let the game put constraints like happiness on me for a number of towns, and just give them a right royal thrashing. So, Gazelle almost down now. They will do a bit more damage to us, but more or less we'll be able to move in and take it next turn, I would think. So if we, oh no, those spearmen just out of just out of range. So we'll bombard it just a little more. And we won't actually attack it with it. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. We'll take it next turn. They can't possibly kill all our units, so use this, make sure it's as low as possible. Won't quite get it with them, but that's a guaranteed town for us next turn. And unlike our first horrific fail, we're going to take the town. So, well, it's good. We'll grab the Colosseum because we're going to be facing up against quite a bit of unhappiness once we once we finish taking these towns. Gazelle's very angry with us, as you can see. Their relationship meter's all the way in the red. And we can build catapults now if we want, but the archers are sort of all we need at this stage. Mop up the city. We'll grab some catapults in time for our next little assault, and our spearmen will take the town. And there you go. Alright, now we can annex the city, which is going to make people extremely unhappy with us. You can see annexing it causes quite a bit of extra unhappiness. And we get an extreme warmonger penalty if we capture the city. So, well, we are going to capture the city, so we'll be getting that regardless. If we puppet the city, it'll produce a lot less unhappiness than an annexed city, and it won't increase the cost of social policies and great people. So, for the time being, we're going to puppet it. We can always annex it later on. We're going to puppet it because that way we're not super unhappy. Our towns will continue to grow at a decent rate, and it will be quite easy for us to rectify just this little bit of unhappiness. So, we will grab the town. We'll have to grab Saline as well, now that we want to get the bonus from those pearls. Warsaw, can we... Oh, do we have anywhere that can build the hanging gardens? I think we need something special to be able to build it. Let's just check that up in here. Which one do we just... open the tech tree. Mathematics, where is it? Mathematics, hanging gardens, requires tradition. Ooh, so I don't think we're going to be able to get that because we don't really want to adopt the tradition branch, which is a shame. It would have given us even more growth. It's sort of a bit backwards to go for tradition after we've already grabbed liberty to expand, but given we're set on a couple of cities, it might not be a horrible choice, but I think there's better off. I think Honor would give us the benefits we want for the next phase of the game, which is going to be getting our cavalry and sort of sweeping across as much of the map as we can. So, hope you guys enjoy this first Let's Play Civ5 demo video. I think it's always fun to see some turn-based strategy. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to throw some comments down below. What sort of strategies do you guys like to employ? If any of you played Poland, tell me if you think I'm doing it wrong. I think I've got a pretty good start to the game. We're in a pretty dominant position. We can see everyone else only on 2 or 3 cities. We're on 4, so well positioned. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave some comments down below. Go ahead and share us with your friends on Facebook and Twitter. I know a lot of people have Civ5, but most of them haven't gotten around to picking up these expansions, so show them some of the cool new things that are out and get them involved in the fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you next time.